Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Devotion. So, the cook, your new dude, is going to hang out for the night. Guess he doesn't have anywhere to stay. Someone can maybe shell out some golds to put him up for the night. A couple of silver pieces.
I mean, or he could, just sleep on one of our floors.
Perfect. He's happy to sleep on a floor as long as one of you is willing to have the stranger sleep on your floor.
Yeah.
All right. And the
Not
night
with the mithril.
Right. The night passes uneventfully, and you wake up the next morning, bright and early in High Meadow.
So, Cook, when were you supposed to bring this mithril to the foreman?
The foreman. I was gonna pick it up and bring it back as soon as possible. I told him it wouldn't take more than 5 days. It's been 2 to get here, so I guess I was probably pretty optimistic on my part.
You have to bring it all the way back up the mountain?
No, just a bridge light.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is it easy to smelt this mithril otherwise? Actually, I would know. Can I smelt mithril?
Yeah, you just need a forge, and mithril needs some pretty intense heat. So you need some high-quality coal and a good set of bellows and, the proper equipment. Mithril has the highest melting point of any of the metals. So it takes kind of a specialty setup to do it, which limits the number of places you can smelt it. Since Sky Peak is the only mithril mine in the whole world, the area around it has the best or most appropriate furnaces for that. But mithril still does get melted down elsewhere and used. They might melt down a mithril ingot to make a weapon, or melt down a weapon to make a tool or whatever.
Should probably do that somewhere else than here.
Well then, since we're taking this mithril, I guess for multiple reasons, we probably should get out of this area.
Sure.
Okay.
Where in the world is your heart's desire, Cass? To travel.
Where do you guys want to go?
I just love to go places that are beautiful. So I'm pretty easygoing on that front.
Where have we either not gone in a while to perform or never gone to perform?
We should go somewhere we've never gone before. Somewhere way out there.
But probably not close to dragon territory.
We should probably get a horse to go there.
Whatever you want, babe.
2 or 4. That would make a lot of sense.
Well, I know I always wanted a horse with you, babe.
Yeah. It really is time that our, company had a tour bus, really. And by tour bus, I mean tour carriage.
That would be amazing. I think we probably have enough for one.
I can drive a carriage as well as cook.
Oh my gosh. Chef Cook, you are so talented. Or should I say chef and driver cook?
I wonder if we could find one to fix up nicely. How are your hands at working? I look to Cook.
They're mostly good for mining. I've never built anything myself.
It's okay. We'll figure something out. Let's go shopping.
Yeah!
First, let's decide where we're going.
Well, we need a way to get there.
Yeah, we need our carriage.
All right. Well, how about this? Okay, we'll think about where we're going while we're building/buying this carriage.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I hope it's pretty.
All right. I just want to warn you guys, carriages are kind of expensive.
How expensive?
How expensive?
A common carriage is 150 gold, and then you need the horses to pull it.
Oh.
How
Maybe
much
we'll
is
just take horses.
How much do we have?
I mean, I have a lot.
I think you guys can afford it, probably.
Yeah, between all of us, for sure. I have a lot of gold, so.
It's pretty fucking cool if we get a carriage, though, let's be honest.
The tour carriage, and we're gonna put like little awnings on it and paint it, like Cass and Kellen, the official world tour.
Can we find one that happens to be a little run down, or maybe a sale for one?
Also, is there a road path from like this general area that we have marked to south?
No. So if you look south of basically Evermind, there's no roads that head that way. So a carriage would be difficult to traverse. However, if you want to get, let's say, from Bridgelight to some other place in the world, you could head over and take a waterway, like lower the carriage down onto a boat, sail it to a place, and then drive it along. Not that that city would be a good one to drive it from. But you can take the carriage on and your horses on ships. It's just kind of expensive to move them. A little bit expensive.
I don't think we need the carriage yet. That river over there looks like a good way to travel south or west.
I guess we can get the carriage in another city. But let's keep that ID on top of our minds.
Alright, I kind of am poring over a map. Can you tell us about this city over here that I'm marking to the west of the northwest?
That is the Elven capital. I can look up its name for you in just a moment. But that is the Elven capital. They're not super friendly with outsiders there. It's called Feywool. They don't typically allow humans or non-elves in the Elven lands, especially their capital. So the two of you might not actually be welcome there, beyond the trading port.
Oh, can you tell us about this spot right here? That looks like a major city to the southeast of the river.
That is Dawngate. It is a large city, built right on the canal. You don't know too much about it, other than it's one of the big 7 cities in the country, in the world, on the continent. There we go. That's the word. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of the big 8.
Can you tell me about this one, like even to the southeast of Dawngate?
That is the capital of Matava.
We happen to have been to both of those in previous campaigns. Got it.
Zelenia is the capital, yeah. So you're looking for cities to go to, mostly?
Well, I was just more asking about what the big cities were. They happen to be there, so just curious. All right, I'll type in Dawngate, and this is Matava.
So, where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do? The world is your oyster right now.
Yeah, it's so big.
Do you have any recommendations for a place that is known for its exotic beauty?
It's exotic beauty. Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I would say if you want to talk exotic beauty, you want to go far to the west, across the big desert, all the way to here. Where did it go? Where's my pinging thing? Hold on. I'm gonna bring you all there visually. I can just get myself there. Way over here. You see that city at the edge of the world?
Yep.
That is Sandashar. That is the capital of Akuba. It's this kingdom that kind of starts at the edge of the desert and comprises that entire peninsula and hilly region, as well as this big plain right here.
Sounds like a good adventure.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Sandashar. How would you guys like to get there? We can plot the general course right now and then go through the exact details.
It looks like boat is the best way to go.
All right. You can take a boat from either Evermind or head all the way up to Slagmire and take a boat from there and get yourself all the way to Sandashar.
Would a boat take our wagon or no?
We can get a wagon there. That'd make more sense.
But I want to have a tour bus.
We'll
But
get our
then-
tour bus in Sandasar.
All right.
Will it be more expensive there because it's an exotic place?
No, its prices will be about the same.
Okay, well, let's get to it then.
Are you sure? We're going to be moving pretty far. About how far away is that in miles, Neil?
Ooh.
But it's an exciting adventure. And I look at Ransom with like big, like hopeful eyes.
Of course, I'd love to adventure all the way out there with you. I just wanted to make sure that you're ready to pack up and leave this area. I don't know
I
how
think it would
far
be
you.
enough change since people are after us here and there.
It is 300 miles away.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah. Well, 300 miles as the crow flies, but there's canals and mountains and deserts between you guys. If
Right.
you're gonna take a boat, it's probably closer to 700 or 800 miles to get there. But it can easily be done. All you gotta do is pay a boatman to take you all the way.
I have to imagine that's there's probably a trade route between the two. So it's-
Absolutely. So the only matter is, do you guys want to take Guy Claypool and Bash Rockstorm with you, or are you going to leave them in Mistrea?
Of course they're coming with us.
Okay.
I also have a question. What are we doing with these ripped mithril nuggets? I don't want to carry them in my bag.
Yeah, we'll do them at the other. I can take care of this.
Yeah, give them to Olivia. She'll hold them. It's fine.
I think I would be a tougher person to pry those away from. How about we spread our risk? You take half, I'll take half.
Works for me.
But shouldn't we trade them and not have them anymore?
No, we'll get them smelted and then they're gonna be worth way more.
These goods are kind of something that I like to consider a hot item right now. So we need to go somewhere that is cooler so that we can sell the hot item. I learned a little bit of thieves' cant here and there.
Okay. So the party's going to head south to Evermind, hopefully finding Bash, Rockstorm, and Guy Claypool along the way. Chart a boat and go. So let's see. Where are Guy Claypool and Bash Rockstorm right now? I think they're actually in Bridgelight, where you left them. So you could send a message back for them to meet you in Evermind, and then we could just skip ahead like a week, a little less than a week for you all to get there, if that's what you would like.
How much do we need to take for the boatman?
How much is it going to cost to get yourself
Yeah.
there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's probably going to be like 20 gold a person to get there. Yeah, it's about right.
Okay.
So you're
Wait,
gonna.
are we sure we need Bash?
You can't just leave them behind. They're.
Of course we need Bash.
Well, they'll pay
We
for their
are taking
trip,
all
right?
of them. They're part of our family.
Our roadies.
All right. You guys head to Evermind, sending word back to Bridgelight to grab the others, and kill some time in Evermind, waiting for them to arrive and waiting for an appropriate boat that's heading to Sandashar. While you're in Evermind, is there anything you guys want to do? Any shows you want to play? Any? That's not the right binder.
Could get our. That's yet, right?
Yeah, I want to play a few, like as many shows as possible to kind of like save up for the trip.
Okay. Do you have any new
Agreed.
songs?
Plus, there's so much new music now, right?
Yeah. I want to play the one that Olivia wrote, and I want to play. Well, I don't think that one's ready yet. I'm writing a song about like learning who you really are, and there's so far a verse about a man who drives a carriage, but who he truly is a loving husband, and then there's a verse about a man who is a cat burglar, but who he truly is a cook. And I'm waiting for kind of a third verse, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I do want to do that new one with the lyrics that Olivia wrote. I'm trying that one out, but then like basically just stick to our tried and true numbers, because I'm not really trying to like work up a new show here. I'm just trying to like rustle up some money, so I play the ones that I know are crowd pleasers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've played a show in Evermind before. That was one of the first places that you played. I believe it was quite successful. I can't find the name of the inn or tavern that you guys played at. Also, Ransom, can I get a perception check from you?
Sure.
Been a little while. I don't know if we've already done. Oh, nice, 31. Have we already discussed the necklace that Kess has? The ring on a chain that's dangling from her neck?
We have not.
Well, at some point in the last few days, or while you're in Evermind, setting up your shows and stuff, at some point you notice Kess is like maybe pulling an instrument, and there's this necklace dangling from her that you haven't seen before. And dangling from the necklace is this beautiful engagement ring with green gemstones on it.
Cool.
You're not bothered that your girlfriend has an engagement ring dangling from her neck that you haven't seen before?
Nope.
All right, awesome. Let's play some shows in Evermind. Anything in particular you guys want to play? Should we just make some charisma checks to see how much money you make before we head out?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I get a pair of charisma checks from Kess and Kellen? We're just gonna like lump your entire, endeavors in Evermind together into one set of checks.
One? Oh my gosh.
Feast or famine, baby.
I play all either great or not great shows. It's like really rough.
It is a little bit rough, but it saves time and dice rolls. Boom. Look at that. That is a 32 and 28. So you guys are there for a few days. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys bring home, over the course of that time, what is this? This is 600 silver, which comes out to about 60 gold.
Nice. Not bad.
Yeah, that's actually
Wow.
quite a bit of money. You have some very successful shows in the...
That's more than we normally make.
Well, you're here for like a week while waiting for the right boat and waiting for the other people to catch up. So that's a little less than 10 gold a day. But still, fantastic money.
Alright, so I'll add the half.
Yeah. 30, 30. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
While we're in Evermind, is there some obvious forge that I might be able to use to smelt mithril?
You've got a lot of time here to walk about, and yes, you do see a smith with a very nice forge that looks like it would be perfect for smelting mithril.
Oh, at the same time, I'm gonna accompany him because I have a special request too.
Yes.
Well, you can start, but...
Sure. Hey there, we've got some mithril ore. Could you smelt it into coins for us? Actually, first of all, I think about whether or not that's an odd request, on whether or not there's like some kind of like government regulation on that.
There's no government regulation, but having mithril ore is a rare thing, right? It usually just gets smelted down right away. So for someone to be carrying around mithril ore would be a little bit odd, and considering that the source of the ore is so close, it might be a little suspicious if you're just like, hey buddy, I got some mithril ore, can you smelt it down for me?
Let's see, in terms of smelting it, while the ore is being smelted, it's not very obvious that it's mithril, right?
Correct.
Hey there, I'm a smith. Could I borrow your, could I rent out your forge?
I suppose so. Been meaning to take a break for a little while, spend some time with the family. What did we say? A gold a day plus whatever things you use. Use a pound of coal, then pay for a pound of coal.
That sounds perfectly reasonable to me, as long as it sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that seems seems fair.
Okay. You got a deal.
Right. And you can go ahead and smelt the ore. You are proficient in that. You've got a week to kill anyway, so I don't think we need to do anything.
I wanted to do something else, but I don't know. It's probably gonna take the other guy to work if I do
Okay.
it. But I'm gonna ask if he's down to. How long would it take to do some chain limbs for me?
To make them from scratch would take a long
Or,
time,
like,
but you
just
could
after
buy them
work.
from someone.
Well, like if I buy them and like make them fit me.
Yes, okay. Let's see. Treya. Arms are in Lagmar. Fail. There's nobody in town. Maybe there's someone actually in town that's got some. No, there's. Oh yes, there is a shop that you can buy the chain armor from. Absolutely. Okay. So why don't
when
you?
you're smelting mithril, it's like into some kind of standardized coin form, right? In general?
Yeah, well, first you melt it down and then it gets hammered into coins. So you could melt it and leave it as just a block of mithril, or you could actually mint it into coins. Whichever you
If I
prefer.
were to mint them into coins, would they basically be tender currency worth exactly?
Yeah.
Okay.
We live in a world where no one tampers with the currency, so it's okay for anyone to to make currency because all coins are 100% of the material, and there's no, alloying the gold with a little bit of bronze. You can sneak some gold off to the side.
Fascinating.
Yes.
All right. As part of a pet arts and crafts project, I'll take a little bit of mithril and try to forge a ring with it too.
Ooh, cool. So why don't you pay up 10 gold for the resources used to smelt the mithril? It needs to be quite hot. It's going to take a lot of coal and a lot of time, so you're going to be burning through supplies, literally. And you want to make a ring out of mithril. Why don't you make me a blacksmithing check, please? And Jen, why don't you pay up your 50 gold for your chainmail armor?
Yes.
The limbs weigh 25 pounds, so add that to your character sheet. Or you can just put chainmail set full, which is 40 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I thought you already had chainmail armor.
Only for not just for the chest. So chainmail set full, and how much?
It weighs 40 pounds, and it gives you an AC bonus of 5.
What is involved in making a blacksmithing check, Neil?
D20
Oh, I'm
plus.
confused.
I think it's a strength score.
Does it just add +1 to my armor I already have?
It should add +2 to the one you already have. Your chest should already give you 3, and the limbs will give you another 2 for a total of 5.
So, but I also had shield aspis.
Yes, that adds 2. Aspis Shield's armor of 2.
So
You should have AC 17. Unless you have high
I
dex.
got one more. That's so weird.
What's your dexterity?
I don't have good dex.
Hmm.
Huh.
What-
Because I had like 6 armor. Oh, it's because I had some leather limbs. That's why.
Ah, you're replacing the leather with chain. There we go. Cool.
So now I'm at 7 armor and 17 total.
Right. Or 5 armor and 2 shield and 17 total. However you want to count it on your sheet.
5 armor, 2 shields.
Okay.
17 total. Okay. So I guess
Excellent.
the old ones. Can I sell them?
The leather limbs? Maybe. You would buy them for 5 gold. So if you're trying to sell them to someone, you might be able to get 3 for it. But it's kind of a bitch to walk around with like half a suit of leather armor. Be like, anyone want to buy some leather armor? Some used leather armor?
Yeah.
Not
Well,
even
can
a
I
full
give it-
set, just like a partial set of used leather armor?
Can I give it to a party member that doesn't have it?
If anyone wants to have it.
Does anyone need leather limbs?
If you want, you got a week. You can hawk it for 2 gold without too much problem.
Alright, sure.
So with the blacksmithing check, you successfully forge a ring out of mithril. Ooh. We said you had a ½ pound of mithril total.
Yeah.
A ring is gonna be Not a lot of material. Let me get my convert. Okay. Well, I'll figure out how much mithril you have during our next break after making the ring. So why don't we just say you have it now? And what are you going to do with this ring?
What's he gonna do with it?
Pocket.
Oh.
All right. Eventually, Guy Claypool and Bash Rockstorm show up. You guys can chart a boat. The total cost is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140 gold for all 7 of you to sail to Sandashar on the other side of the continent.
Cool. And how much are they putting up for their own journey?
Bash Rockstorm and Guy Claypool can still afford it since they're loaded from their previous journeys. They'll pay for their amount, so it's really only cook, chef, driver, or chef. Yeah, cook, chef, driver, cook, driver, chef. Cook that needs to be paid for, and that's 20
Well,
gold.
if they're loaded, do they want to pay for us too?
I mean, if they pay for you now, then you're gonna have to just pay for them later since they're not making any money.
Yeah, I'll pay my fee. And Anna's fee. So how much is it?
20 gold per person. So if you're paying for you and Anna and Cook, you're gonna be paying 60 gold.
Sure. Alright then. Our fees are covered.
I'll pay for casting myself.
All right. Okay, you have ransom 0.44 pounds of shit. No, that's wrong. Crap. Never mind. Wait, I'll come back to you.
So you're paying for my boat ride, you said, Ransom?
Yep.
Sweet. Thanks.
Jeez. All right, we're gonna say that you, instead of having 0.5, you've got 0.45 pounds of mithril left after making this ring.
Cool. I make it into the coins.
All right. He's got the tools for that, so just add 45. No. 0.45, I can. 50 times 0.45. You have 22 and a half mithril coins now. It took half a mithril to make the ring, so you've got like this extra half section.
Make another ring. I can think of something you could do with it.
Aw. That's true. That's a good idea.
A pair of
Too bad I didn't
rings.
think of it.
Okay. All right. Money's been paid up. You guys set out on your ship, sail all the way around the world. Not all the way around the world, but all the way around the continent. Let's see if you have any high seas hijinks. All right. Let's talk sailing. You're on this fairly large ship. There's a lot of passengers and a lot of freight moving on it. It's going to take you the better part of a month to get there. What are you guys doing on this ship while you're traveling?
Let me see.
Are you just keeping your head low? Are you trying to make friends with some of the sailors? Are you trying to make friends with passengers? What do you go up to?
I practice my dancing, and I watch the sunset a lot.
You can watch the sunset every night.
My
And
God.
then I wake up early and start watching the sunrise, and I wake up Ransom every morning to do so.
I've gotten used to it.
Which type of people are in the ship? Are there multiple races, or is it all human?
There are many races. There's humans and dwarves and halflings. There's even a trio of gnomes around, as well as a half-orc who keeps to herself. And there are a pair of hobgoblins that have been shackled and kept in a cage in the hold.
I take ransom some mornings, and then I also talk about our future.
Oh, this is fun. What sort of conversations about your future are you having with dear Ransom?
I ask him. I think of one morning we're out on the deck, and then I look to him and I ask him, "Do you ever feel it's weird between us that I lived for so long, but your human life might not be as long?"
I knew what I was getting into. And hey, that works for me. Do you know what you're going into? It must be tougher for you than it is for me.
It is in a way, but I mean, I guess I look at it, I'd rather have life with you than not at all. But who knows? Maybe when it's your time to go, it'll be my time to go too.
That's true. Well, one thing I will make sure as your bodyguard is that you will never go before me. That would be truly tragic.
Yes, I think it shall.
Other than that, I try to make sure that whenever she's dancing, I try to make sure I'm practicing dancing it as often as well.
Together or separately? Are you like practicing dancing in secret?
No, we practice together out on the deck.
Aw, for everyone to see?
Yeah.
Sometimes when we get better, then yes, people can watch us.
It's not like the scene from Stardust, then.
No, it is the scene from Stardust.
Oh. Okay.
That one, she's pretty good, so she leads them pretty well.
Oh, that one. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just watched that.
It's a good movie. One of my favorites. Okay. You guys dance away. What about Kellen and Olivia? How are things going for you?
I have two things I want to look into.
Yeah.
Why are the hobgoblins captured? Are hobgoblins always evil?
That's a complicated question, Jen. I think that's a conversation for you and Kellen to have together about the morality of hobgoblins. They're generally considered monstrous, evil creatures, and they're hunted wherever they're found because normally they're hunting people and killing people, and they're often at odds with humans and elves and the civilized races. But are they really evil, or are they just being oppressed by the system? It's hard to tell.
We discuss about this thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
These two have been captured and are being shipped to Sandashar because they speak Common and Hobgoblin, and they're being used to teach other people how to speak Hobgoblin. They have been captured for quite some time. It is their lot in life to help people learn their native tongue.
Oh, well, I'm interested in that. How does it work to learn Hobgoblin?
You buy a Hobgoblin that speaks Common from someone who's selling it.
Well, I ask if I can borrow the Hobgoblin throughout this journey on the ship. Like, basically, like...
Of course not! Absolutely not. That is another man's property, and you are not allowed to use it.
But what is the Hobgoblin gonna do throughout this whole month?
He's gonna sit in quiet in the cage like he should.
What if I go sit next to the cage?
Storage area is off limits unless you need to get something from there. You're not permitted to be talking to the hobgoblins. That's theft. Theft of intellectual property.
But what if I pay you?
I'm sorry, I'm not the owners. I'm just the one man moving them between owners. But he'd be mighty upset if he learned that someone was, tampering with his property. That's called piracy.
That's ridiculous. The Hobgoblin's not gonna do anything for a month.
Well,
how about I give you the money to give him after? I'm sure he'll be pretty happy about it. You can even take a cut.
I don't suppose or pretend to know what my clients want. I'm just going to transport these hobgoblins from point A to point B and keep them out of the way of other people. let people interact with these creatures, and someone's bound to end up dead. Better you than the hobgoblins, but even so, I'm not willing to risk it. If you want to talk to their owner, I'm sure you can meet him when the boat sets down.
You, sir, are a pretty stuck-up fellow. And then I leave.
Why?
Wow. Wow.
The insults are flying.
Yeah.
He's just trying to do his job, man.
I'm gonna go talk to the half-orc girl.
Okay.
What is she up to?
She is polishing her battle axe off on the side, looking out over the rail. She's been
Alright.
polishing this axe for 4 days by the time you get to talk to her.
Alright, so I come up to her and I'm like polishing my flail. And I see an orcish. That's a pretty nice battle axe you got there.
Head perks up, a little bit of surprise, and she says back in Orcish, "That's a pretty nice flail you've got."
Well, thank you. Why are you all secluded on this ship?
I don't like people.
Oh. Yeah,
Why are you talking to me?
Well, you know, I speak Orcish. I don't get to practice it often, so I was pretty excited to see half-orc. It's been a while, you know.
I hear ya. Almost no one speaks Orcish these days. I feel like I'm losing my grip on my native tongue.
Oh. Well, I'm there if you want to if you want to discuss about it or anything really. I'm kind of bored of this ship. It's a long journey, you know.
Tell me about it.
Where are you going?
I'm headed to Abenkai.
What's that?
It's a town in South Akuba.
Isn't that where we're going?
It's near Sandashar.
Oh wow, we're going to Sandashar.
Mm.
Pretty near where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going there?
Well, there's I forget the Akuban word for it, but the equivalent of the child of a baron, and well, they need a bodyguard. Actually, I guess it's a lot of them, 3 of them. They need a bodyguard and someone to teach them how to fight. And well, I'm a pretty good fighter, and so I'm being hired out to teach them the ways of the axe. Axes are my specialty, you see.
Yeah.
And the Akubans don't have many axe fighters out there. These kids really wanted to learn how to fight with an axe, so...
Are you usually more of an adventurer? Like, do you go out for battle and stuff, or are you more of a teacher?
I take whatever jobs come my way. I've done a little bit of both. I've done more fighting than teaching, but I thought this might be a more gentle way to make a living.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you found something that suits you. That's it.
Okay. You guys sail all the way to Sandashar.
Oh, on a journey of this length, I imagine a lot of people are looking for some entertainment, and they may have a lot of money. So this is where I'm going to get my use out of my gaming expertise.
Ooh.
Is there a card game that's being played, or should I
Yeah.
start one?
There are many card games that are getting played.
I'm an expert on that, and I'm willing to wager some money.
Okay. So, we can do just a series of proficiency checks for you to make money, or we can go into some more depth with that. How would you like to handle how much time would you like to put into gambling here?
You can make it quick. However you want to do it.
All right. So, pick a game. What card game do you like to play?
What's popular here?
Ooh, a little bit of everything. We've got Matavin Hold'em. It's a poker game with 5 cards in the center and 2 cards in the hand. And we've got blackjack, and we've got, I don't know. That's actually like the limit of my card game. Solitaire, and what else is a competitive card game?
There's the gnomish game of
There's Game of Gnomes.
Hearth Gnome.
Ooh, Hearth Gnome's a fun one. Do you have a Hearth Gnome deck with you to play with?
I do have a competitive Hearth Gnome deck.
Excellent. You can play some Hearth Gnome with these people. The cards get dealt, and why don't you make me a gaming proficiency check? So it's going to be opposed checks, yours versus anyone there that has a gaming check. No one that, if someone doesn't have it, then they're pretty much screwed in the long run because they're just rookies.
Is gaming an intelligence check?
I think it's a charisma-related skill. Let me just take a look here.
Totally should be intelligence.
Probably should be intelligence. It makes a lot more sense for it to be. Well, maybe it's playing the people that you're... Because you're playing your opponent, right? Not necessarily the... You know, it's about bluffing and trying to deceive and decide what other people have in their hand.
True.
So maybe charisma is the right one. So yeah, why don't we make opposed charisma checks? See if you can read your opponents or if they can read you. We'll say that there's...
Compensate for my extremely poor charisma with my intelligence.
Ooh. You can take the average of your charisma intelligence if you want.
Alright, I'll take that.
Okay. Alright, we're going to say you're sitting at a table of 5 people. There's only one other real gambler here, though.
Great.
The others are all novices. And we'll do a series of 5 checks with, like 10 gold on the line each time?
Okay.
Cool. So, you definitely win the first round. They roll a total of 6, 7... They roll a 12 against your 24.
Nice. Yeah.
No good. And second one, they get a 24 against your 28. No good.
Aha.
And the third one, they get a 22.
Oh.
So they win 10. You lose 10 at that point. And the fourth, God, they don't even break 20. And the fifth, oh God, they don't break 20 either.
I crushed him on the last one.
On the last one, you completely fool them and take them for double. So that should be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minus 10 is 40 gold gained over the course of the sailing trips.
Nice.
And why don't we go to our last break, and when we come back from break, you guys will be in Sandashar, and we can get going in there. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.